Good evening, friends. This is Arpita here. So today in Transformative Series Part 2, we are going to talk about focus and self-control. Let us understand what is this, what are these focus and self-control. Let us understand about this. These are, you can say in simple words, life skills. These are the life skills where the focus helps in developing, the learning and remembering, and self-control helps in learning about not act on initial impulses. Right? There is an initial impulse where every time we jump into some reaction. So we need to have that self-control on that. So these are the life skills which teach us to in these areas, in mastering these areas. Now, why are they essential? Let us understand why are these focus and self-control are essential. It is to avoid undesirable behavior. Suddenly we got angry and we have shouted at a person. And now the friendship or the bond is disturbed. This is undesirable. This is not what you wanted. There was something you wanted to clear, and because of this emotion bursting out, it has happened like this. Now you do not know how to repair it. So you don't wanted this damage to happen. This is undesirable. You never desired for it. So to avoid all this, these things are important for us. And now you increase desirable ones. What you want will be increased when you focus on what actually you want and when you hold on to your control. Right? When you have actual control on what you are, onto. Right? And now you achieve long-term goals. When goals is like, there is a goal, you want to reach a particular thing in life. This is what you want to see yourself. This is what you want to achieve, right? When these things are happening, now this self-control and this focus helps us to reach those aspects, right? Yes. Let me just say hi to all. So now what are the ways to improve this self-control? When we are talking that focus and self-control are life skills aspects, then what are the ways to improve the self-control? Is these one is removing the temptation. You have to hold on to your temptation. You are tempted to do this. Something has happened in your life and you are tempted to do this. Just hold on. You remove all those temptations. Whatever you perform, whatever is the action, whether it is your response or your reaction or whatever, go beyond the temptations. Don't work through the temptations. Right? And now measure your progress. Always measure. Always, it is important to know how you are progressing in life. It is towards the betterment, or it is in what way you need to measure. This is important. Our focus tells us how to measure the progress, and through this we know how focused we are in whatever desirable thing we want to achieve. Yeah. And now you can learn how to manage your stress. Sometimes what happens is when you are focused on something, when you are determined to achieve a goal, there might be a subtle kind of stress going on in your mind. And now how do you how do you manage the stress? When you learn when this self-control will helps you to manage the stress. Okay, every time it is a self-control which will tell you that I do not need to react in this way right now because this is not what I wanted. I want to have a wonderful relationship with a person. Now I need to see what actions might not are suitable in making that relationship a successful. most of the times in any relationships, whether it is a partner to partner relationships or any bond, they are damaged because of loss of self-control. Sometimes they're lost, that the control is completely lost. Some become very physically abusive, and some become emotionally abusive. Some are violent in their communication. If you are angry and out of anger you are speaking, it's still far and better. But when there is a violence in your communication, that will stop that might break the bond. So we need to understand how you manage the stress. Any stress which will make you lose your self-control is of not worth enough. Okay, and now you need to prioritize your things. What is important? You have a focus. You have 10 things in your list for where in life you want to achieve. And now what are those 10 things? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, you can make a list. And now once you have made a list, now you can make out what is the most important one. Among the 10 things what you have made, maybe one particular thing might be most important, more than the second one what you have written. Maybe you have written 1, 2, 3, 4 and all, but this is, you might check again. When you check again, you might see for few days the 10th one, whatever you have written as a 10th one, might be the first prioritized one. Right? And when you prioritize these things, there are many things you will say out of 10, you will see 5 or 4 or 6 might have already got deleted. You might understand that this is not worth it, because if this thing happens, this rest of the things are taken care of. So the stress is less. You don't have to work on 10 things. Your focus is only on 1, 2, 3, 4 things. And now it is important to forgive ourselves. It's okay. We might have, out of anger or whatever thing, you might have, made a damage, or you might have built a wall between you and whomever you are in relationship with. It is all right. Okay, it is always all right, and you can always forgive yourself. It's okay. You were not wrong. Maybe it was something which you wanted to clarify, and that clarification, the process of clarification, took a different turn. It is okay. You have not done a great damage mistake, kind where you have to take yourself, the guilt onto yourself and feel, oh, it is all my fault, because of my fault all these things have happened. No. If the other person has attracted, then definitely there must be something for other person also. So we need to forgive ourselves. It is very important when to have a self-control. We cannot allow our emotions to take over. Anywhere, if your emotions to take over, you need to see there must be a balance. There must be something you need to work on. You need to understand, right? Now, how can you be focused? This is the other point. How can you be focused when you have understood why these focus and self-control are essential? And now what are the ways to improve the self-control? And now how can you be focused? Know your weakness. It's as simple as that. Just know your weakness. What are you craving for in life? There must be somebody, there must be, you might have met a person in life who is focused on feeding poor people and, doing so much of charity work. Maybe that person is still unconscious about his own weakness, but from inside, maybe there is something to work on for himself where, he feels himself so weak that the minute he sees somebody weak, his heart feels like it's melting. Okay, so that might be the weakness. This action is towards the weakness inside. So we need to understand, we need to know our own weakness. This is my weakness. This is what I'm craving for. This is what I'm fond of. Some people say, oh, my child is my weakness. My children are my weakness. Once they say, I say it. Weakness is something which is taking you beyond your strength, taking you against your strength. Right? So sometimes weakness becomes our strength. Sometimes this weakness work against our strengths. So we need to understand. When we are saying my children are my weakness, we need to understand whether we are coming in their progression, or we are making them regressive. We are pulling them back towards ourselves out due to attachment or some incompletion within us, or is it that towards them we are providing the best thing because they have your weakness? Is it positive? Is it constructive? Or is it destructive? You can make on that. Okay, make it constructive. Now set clear goals and have an execution plan. Always have an execution plan. You have a goal. This is what is my goal, and you have an execution plan. This is how I'm going to execute. This step, next step, first step to second step. This is how you are going to go. Always be, whenever you are having a goal, it is important to have a goal, because you don't know, sometimes you say, I don't have any goal. Spiritually, it is true that you don't need to have any goal, because your goal is to reach your own self. But it is good to have a goal in our life where, we need to achieve something. We need to leave a mark for ourselves. We need to explore ourselves. In order to explore ourselves, it is important. It is good to have a goal for ourselves. And now when you are having a goal for yourself, now execute the plan properly. Go step by step. Set your plan. Right? And now build your self-discipline. For this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. Work on that step-by-step process. In this every step, I'm going to work and I'm going to build up my plan and my self-discipline. Right? And now create your new habits and keeping it simple. To achieve your goal, maybe there are some new things you need to learn, and in the process of building your own self-discipline, probably there is something you might be learning new skills or new habits. You might get into new habits. It is fine, but keep it very simple. Don't make yourself so complicated just because you want to achieve some goal, and that's the process. And to build up your self-discipline, you don't have to make complicated things in your life. Okay, I'm sitting in. I need to meditate every day morning morning at about 3 o'clock, midnight at 3 o'clock, or whatever time I need to meditate. That's the only time I found, and I've set a goal that I'm going to meditate every day. That is a goal you have set, and now you can make it a habit. It is good to create, a self-discipline. Okay, this is the time I can fix. But that does not mean when you are shivering with fever or you are shivering with something, also you say, no, I need to meditate. Don't complicate yourself. Don't stress yourself. Just be there. Meditation is a state that can be achieved even while doing nothing. Actually, I think when you're doing nothing, that's what is called the state of meditation, right? And now stay healthy. Always stay healthy. That is most important thing. Most of the times, due to our, new knowledge or new way of understanding philosophy of life, we may come to a point, body is not worth it. Body, we don't need to work on it, but it is important to be healthy, not just physically, but also your mental condition. Your mental health is also important. If you're mentally not healthy or physically not healthy, you can never achieve anything healthy or progressive in life. Right? And then what are the qualities of self-control? Let us understand the qualities. Now this is how you can be focused. But what are the qualities? Control your thoughts. Don't allow your thoughts to take over you. And now control your temper. Don't allow your anger or your emotions to take over you. And now control your fear. What is that you are scared of? What is that you are fearing? What is that you are not able to deal with yourself? Know that. Control your speech, your communication. Everything has to be in control. Controlling is not like, you are sabotaging it or you are suppressing it. You are transforming it. You are making a goal clear. You are, when you want to speak out about something, you are making it what you exactly want to speak out. Now, what are the components, what are the aspects of the self control, components of the self control. This monitoring, this continuous monitoring, as you monitor yourself, this involves keeping track of your thoughts whenever you are monitoring. This monitoring system is also one of the most important component. You monitor, you keep on checking your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, everything. You are putting a check on that. That is very important, having a check on that. And now standards are like guidelines. Whatever standards are like guidelines that take us towards our desirable responses. These are the standards. Always raise your standards. If you want to reach a goal, you need to raise the standards, and you need to go beyond these standards. Right? When you raise your standards, only then you can think high. It is like you think high. You make your lifestyle very simple, but always think high. Okay, that's how your standards are raised. Your standards are like these are your guidelines. Your standards will tell you how to get into it. This will lead you to your desirable. You want to reach there, so you have to set up a standards also for that. And now strength refers generally strength, we refer it to the energy. But we need to control our impulses. Everything is energy, but we need to control. We need to have a hold on our impulses. Based on some impulsive thing, we cannot do. Just because we wanted to shop, we went for shopping. Just on impulsive, we cannot do the impulsive shopping every time. So we need to have a hold. We need to master all these impulses. Now, what are the strategies? Let us understand the strategies of this self-control. When it comes to strategies of self-control, first is the self-motivation. Motivate yourself. Don't wait for somebody to come and motivate you. You motivate all by yourself. You can make it a can-do attitude. Develop an attitude which you say you can do it. And now set a goal for it. There is a goal, and you have to. You are made yourself as a goal setter. You are setting a goal, and monitor yourself. Manage yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your everything, your impulses, everything. Monitor them and manage them. And now grow confidence. These things will automatically develop confidence in you. Sometimes maybe a person has started without any confidence at work, but after a certain while, the confidence comes. This is a strength. Sometimes you have so much of confidence and you have begun a work, and you see the work has not happened, all your confidence has lost. So confidence should be outcome of your actions. Right? And now the willpower. And always avoid temptation. You have gone there to achieve something. Now there is a temptation of having something else. Avoid this temptation. These temptations will drop you in between. They will not allow you to reach your goal. These things happen. And it is okay. Okay? And why and how these mindsets are like, you need to, these are the strategies. Always, why is a question which will always come into the logical mind. But how, when, where, what? All these questions are like, these are the strategies. Always question yourself with all these points. Leave the why aside. Why? We don't need to. Why did you do that? I do not know. Why it has happened? I do not know. How did you do that? This is how I did. How did it happen? This is how it happened. Don't be focused. Don't stress yourself on why. Make yourself something more. Right? And there are automated goals. There's automatic. You automatically reach into that goal. Into that path of reaching the goal sometimes. So this is also a kind of strategy where you made a system where you have automatically fallen in that. And what are these environmental strategies? There are some environmental strategies. Strategies is changing the